What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Yeah, they got my other channel or they banned me. Fucking. It's funny how they banned two of my videos. They gave me one strike, but they banned two of my videos. And the video that they accepted my appeal, that was the fucking video that was like, actually, I didn't even give any information. The video they took down, I was giving deep information because you guys understand, like, anytime like you make a video and these pieces of shit start blocking your shit, you got to understand it's all based on you hurt their feelings. Anything on YouTube or on the internet or that you see as a narrative is all back behind somebody's feelings being hurt. It is nothing important. So when my channel got banned, it means I hurt somebody's feelings. Because think about it, why would you just, if you have the power to ban people's channels, why would you ban someone's channel other than they hurt your feelings? You can't say you're doing it to help people. You can't say you're doing it because it's the right thing to do. Right by who? You fucking made the fucking law. You made YouTube. YouTube wouldn't exist without fucking dumbass people who made it. So, well, in terms of the platform, we make it what it is, but you guys see what I'm saying? Like, why else would they fucking block it? The reason why is because it's all stemmed behind somebody's feelings being hurt. So that's really much what this whole culture and this weak ass society is based upon emotions and people's feelings not being hurt. Because if you break somebody's feelings, then they can do whatever the fuck they want and justify it like it's something reasonable. Like, ooh, God said it's right, or this is the right. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You got your feelings hurt, and then you block my channel. That's all it is. Because I make videos all the time, and then so I'm gonna just have to. I'm gonna tone it down because motherfuckers, it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to tone it down, and I'm not even gonna post on YouTube no more. I'm done. I'm gonna post, but I'm gonna start drawing my energy back, and because the more I start doing things in my real life, the less I'm gonna be on YouTube. So the reason I'm on YouTube right now is because I'm getting things rolling right now. Once they start rolling, I'm not being on YouTube because I don't want to tell I'm not putting my shit on here at all. The way I look at it, and anyone who's like, especially if you're speaking some deep esoteric information and you on YouTube, you pretty much just wasting your fucking time. You might as well just do your shit real life, not even waste any time on here, because most of the people who watch your videos who are deep and esoteric, they already know what they need to do. It ain't like anybody's waking up or nothing. Not that, and I'm not just saying this out of disrespect to people, but nobody's waking up because it takes actually um what they call shadow work. You have to actually do that. So it doesn't matter what somebody said. This is why you see so many of these dumbass niggas going back to Jesus Christ. Like, I know you guys ask yourself, like, how do you go back to Jesus Christ? You go into the spiritual journey, you have all these spiritual realizations. How do you go back to Jesus? Does it make sense? Wouldn't it be opposite? You go from no, it actually makes sense. I didn't get it before, but it makes sense why most people go back to Jesus. Because when you go into spirituality or esoteric knowledge and you start doing all this shit, something called shadow work comes up, and then you're forced to actually do shadow work. But one thing about shadow work, depending on the person and their karma and their situation, and if they have a strong mind or a weak ass mind, that shadow work is going to become daunting and overbearing. So in order for them to progress within spirituality, within esoteric, they have to beat that level, and they can't beat it because it's too hard. They have to let go of a desire. They have to probably leave a relationship, quit their shitty ass. They have to do something they don't want to do. So instead of doing that, they don't do it, and then life starts beating them up, and they're like, well, I'm spiritual, I have my candle, I'm meditating, why is it not doing it? But they're not getting rid of something physical, because spirituality is physical and spiritual, which spirituality is everything. So that's what happens. So they can't pass a test, then they have to go back, and then they go back to Jesus Christ, because oh, spirituality doesn't work. When in reality, when you go to Jesus Christ, you're taking you don't take responsibility for your issue. You just pray to God and hope God will find a way. And the people who within religion who do become successful and they thank God, it has nothing to do with that dumbass shit. It has everything to do with their worth ethic and discipline. But they're too stupid to give themselves credit, so they give Jesus credit. So you can't run away from yourself. There's this nigga I knew. He was all talking, this was years ago. He's all talking spiritual and everything. He watched my channel. This is like probably back in 2018, 19, 20. and watching my shit. And he's all talking spiritual. And then all of a sudden, he's all talking about Jesus Christ. And this nigga works at fucking Kroger's, and he's like in his fucking mid-30s. Like, I'm not disrespecting people and shit, but that's what I'm saying. People just give up and shit. So this is why you see so many people going back to Jesus, because it just shows you how they couldn't pass the test and life was too hard for them. So now they want to say, oh, it's fake, it doesn't work. No, bitch, you just don't work, because it's like just like you go to your little 9 to 5 and you got to clock in and you do your work. You do that good. So with the shadow work, is the same thing. You didn't do it right, your ass got fired, aka you went back to Jesus, bitch ass nigga. So that's really what it is. So I'm pretty much I'm done with YouTube really. I'm gonna start reversing my energy back from here, because this year because this is the number 9 year. So I've been doing a lot of shit since 2016 was a number 9 year. That was the first year I got my first adjustment at the chiropractor. So I started my yoga, pranic spiritual journey, whatever they call it. It's not called prana, but you guys know what I mean. I gotta say words so you guys can know what I mean. And that was in 2016. And then 4 years ago, I started my yoga journey. And back in 2019, well, that's another thing. I'll save that later. But yeah, I went through my situation with the health thing in 2019, but that's not what I was going to talk about. Talk about something else. But anyways, like we're in a 9 year, so everything you've been doing is going to come to a culmination, and you should be seeing it right now. So a lot of shit I'm seeing in my life I've been working on is getting a lot better. The Qigong, I'm doing this. I'm never going to stop doing Qigong. If you guys don't at least have 3 months of Qigong under your belt, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know why you're not listening to me. You should have been doing Qigong. 1-2 week Qigong ain't gonna do shit for you. You need to be doing it for 2-3 months minimum to start feeling something, and 3 years to get on the base level where you're like a regular, not a rookie. So it takes time to build it, just like a bodybuilder. You don't look like a bodybuilder in 2 years. You got to work 8 years. It's the same with Qigong. Get on this Qigong shit. I'm telling you guys, I'm not gonna keep saying it, but get on this Qigong, and this is a 9 year. So if this is a 9 year, so all you niggas talk about, oh, New Year's resolution, I'm gonna start 2025. 2025 is gonna be the worst year for most people, because what's gonna happen is we're in a 9 year, and with a 9 year, it's a completion, but it can be a completion, or a completion means a new beginning. All these dumbass, oh, number 9, completion. No, a completion means a new beginning. When something completes, it ends. When you watch a 3 hour movie and it ended, nigga, the next thing is you walking out the movie. That's a different part of your reality. It's always something new. So number 9 year for a lot of people is the beginning of their hell. And then number 1 year is gonna be a whole. So if you didn't do shit in number 9 year, it's gonna be extremely hard for you. And Saturn's gonna be in Aries, and Saturn is gonna make it harder for you to take initiative and do things. And anytime you want to be like it, anytime you want to initiate, do something, or start something, or be of that Arian's quality, Saturn's going to put lessons and restriction there. And Saturn already doesn't like to be in Aries. So this is why you see a lot of people are like wanting to retreat, go back home, and stay within and not go out, because Aries is the opposite of Libra. Nobody wants to really be around people. Not per se because people don't like people, because it's mainly in the USA that this is happening and shit. And the reason why is because a lot of people are lacking the shadow work. A lot of people aren't doing the shadow work. And when you're not doing the shadow work, you become a person that's fucking despicable, and you don't want to be around. I be walking around and I see people, and I look at their face and the way they walk and the way they move their fingers. They look like they haven't done shadow work. Especially when you see a lot of these people out here, like a lot of mentally ill, depressed people, atheists, and all these like incel type people. When they move their body, you can tell they have tension and blockage. So I can see like, okay, they have blockages, and like they're just, I don't want to be around them. Like they're like, oh, why can't I attract women? Why can't I attract friends? Because I don't like, I look at them like they look despicable. They have a disgusting spirit. It's like they could take a shower, clean themselves, just the way they talk, the way they look, the way they move. It's like they don't have no energy, they don't have no oomph. So I don't like people like that. And since a lot of people are liking shadow work, they don't even want to be by themselves. They don't like themselves, because when they see other people, they see themselves in the other people. Because I see two people, they act like each other, but they hate each other. I'm like, how do you hate you? Because they hate themselves. So you got to understand, we're at a time where a lot of people, they hate themselves. So therefore, they can't even attract any type of relationship. They can't attract any situation, and they think everyone's dumb, because everyone is dumb, because most people are lacking shadow work, and they become despicable and disgusting. This is why, as time goes on, you're seeing people are more just very what's the word, very damn it, it's like despicable or unheartening to be around. Like you just don't want to be around people nowadays. It's not because you don't like people, it's because the The same, because it's the people that are in this reality, they're not doing the shadow work. So when you don't do the shadow work, you have tension, you have depression, blockages, anger, hatred. You start researching videos like fucking MGTOW and dumbass shit. So that's the reason why no one wants to hang out, because everyone is lacking shadow work and everyone needs to be in hermit mode, and you don't want to talk to any of these motherfuckers when they're not doing shadow work. And most people are never going to do shadow work. So it's going to allow the government and the system an opportunity to kill off the people through food, through poisons, and through like these narratives and shit. And anybody asks me about these fucking California wildfire, I'm about to fucking block you. We're gonna stop entertaining stupid shit. We're gonna stop entertaining stupid shit. Ask me about a fucking narrative this year that's from this weak ass government, I'm gonna fucking block you. I just want to make that clear because I see a lot of bullshit and I don't want nobody on my page talking and get blocked. If you somebody cool, I might have to time you out. I won't block you, but we're not going to be entertaining bullshit this year. We gotta change this shit up. Like, I'm just sick of it. So we're trying to move ahead, because always look at why am I doing what I'm doing? This is why I'm not even going to be making YouTube videos no more, because there's no point to it. When you're talking about a government narrative, why are you talking about it? Are you trying to help? Obviously you ain't trying to help, because if you were trying to help, that narrative wouldn't have happened, because they wouldn't have done it, because humanity would have been at a consciousness where they wouldn't be able to do it. So you're not trying to help. Maybe you're trying to make some money on your weak ass channel before they demonetize you, because you start being yourself and speaking your mind next year or some shit. So maybe you trying to get paid. I don't know, but you know what? Like, just we gotta do better and shit. My nigga, you just came in. I'm not gonna block you. You just came in. You must have not seen my comment. You must have not seen my comment. I literally like fucking less than a minute before you left this comment, I already said that. I'm not gonna block you though. Yeah, you said yeah. I remember. Read my post and rewind this video like a minute, and then you'll have what I just said. We're not entertaining stupidity this year, so I don't know what the fuck. I put this on my spirit. I haven't even I seen a fucking article or something, but I don't know what the fuck happened. Oh, you don't know? Okay, yeah. Anybody who asks me about those wildfires, I said I'm gonna block them, because we're not entertaining stupid shit. So I'm not gonna block you because I fuck with you and you didn't hear my message. You must have not seen my post, but I said anybody who asks me about that on my channel, I'm gonna fucking block you. We're in a different time. We're not gonna be entertaining stupid shit. I literally don't even know what the fuck happened, other than I seen a fucking some type of like something happening in SoCal on my feed, and then I never looked at it because I don't give a fuck. But then I keep seeing so many people talk about it, so I was like, okay, I'm not looking at this. If anybody talks to me about it, then I'm gonna fucking block you. I'm gonna ban you. So that's really what it is. Because once I see so much talk, once I see too much of this about something that's fucking not important to my life, then that really, it sends red flags, and it potentially can irritate me if somebody keeps talking to me about it, and if it's directed to me. I might cuss you the fuck out, because we're not going to be entertaining bullshit. I don't give a fuck what happened. It's not important. You still got to take your ass and go get your fucking check before. I'm not talking to you personally. Shout out to Speak Your Mind, but I'm talking to these bitch ass niggas. You got to still come out here and get your fucking check and clock into your miserable ass job. I seen this stupid ass white bitch in front of Walgreens the other day. Her stupid ass is all digging in the trash. You know when you look at a bitch's face and she looks angry and upset, like, and you know how, like, if you like, you seen these relationships and shit, like the bitch is always like the nagging wife, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know those type of bitches. You know how they have that certain facial expression. I seen that same facial expression on this white bitch, and she was cleaning the trash at Walgreens. And in my mind, I was like, she has that angry, nagging attitude. But since she has no man around her, she probably doesn't even have a man in real life, but she has no man, or she don't have nobody around her for her to blame while she's working at Walgreens. She can only be mad at herself. So women, they have a hard time being mad at themselves. This is why a woman needs to always be in a relationship. So, because every problem she needs to be able to project as somebody else. So when I seen that bitch clean the trash, you could tell she didn't want to do it. But in my mind, I was like, aren't you a female? Shouldn't you have a man do it? I thought women's life is easier. Didn't MGTOW say women's life is easier? Why is she picking up the trash? It's because in her mind, this is why a lot of women are angry and bitter, because in their brain and in their mind, they're like, oh, you know what? I'm a female. I shouldn't be picking up trash. This is fucked up. I should have, just like you're a man and you feel like you should have all these women or you should have this and that. Women feel like they shouldn't have to work and they shouldn't have to do this subconsciously. So when she was cleaning out that trash, she was mad like this is a man's job. This is all subconscious because she's too stupid to realize it. She just probably mad because fucking whatever. But she's like, oh, I have to clean this shit. I shouldn't have to clean it. This is all subconscious. I shouldn't have to clean it. So she's upset and she's angry and she has that upset look. So now if she has a relationship, if she has a man, if she has anything probably but a cat and a dog, she's gonna pick a fight with anybody in her circle and project it onto them. And in your mind, you're gonna be like, what did I do? Or this and that, or she just a bit. But in reality, it's because she's visible and she has to go pick up trash at Walgreens. And then now she has somebody to project that off to her. They'd be like, oh, you're the reason I have to work here. If you're a man, you'll be able to take care of me. And bitch, if I was on some real shit, I wouldn't be with your broke ass because like attracts like, stupid ass bitch. So you got to understand. So when I seen that bitch picking up that trash, I was like, that's a miserable bitch right there. She probably gonna go home, argue with the boyfriend, yell, argue with the husband, just be a complete utter bitch because of her dumbass choices in life that led her to fucking picking up trash at Walgreens. And I'm not saying you gotta go to college or fucking be whatever. Just be a fucking breatharian and eat less, like me. That's the best route. That's why I tell motherfuckers, oh, I can't be. I'm like, be a breatharian. If you don't be a breatharian, then be rich. If you don't want to be rich, shut the fuck up. I'm not saying don't be rich. Nigga, be breatharian to be rich. I have a respect for a nigga who hustles and gets money and who's a millionaire and the big baller than a nigga who's just bitching and who work out. And when I see a nigga that works at Walmart complaining, I fucking hate you. If you work at I don't want to say I hate you. Like I'm not trying to hate, but when I say I don't like you, like if you talk about bills, rent, and the cost of food, or you can't be around my circle. The moment that's one thing about a female that turns me off about a woman that talks about money. If you talk about money and you're a woman, if you talk about bills and finance, that's the biggest turnoff to me at all. That's the biggest. Like it's in a situation for me where I don't. If I have a female, as long as she's supporting shit, I wouldn't care if the bitch worked. To be honest, it actually would make it more unattractive if she actually worked and shit. Because I don't like. That's just not attractive to me. I like a female who's able to handle her shit, but you don't know she's handling it. It just happens, and she just has the shit. Like that's attractive to me. I don't like bitches who are out here business minded and working. I don't like that fucking shit. If you working too much as a female, that's too much of a turnoff. I don't want to date you. I'll go on to take care of a bitch and fucking be with a female who actually can support shit and doesn't do shit but can support and hold everything else down. I'd rather fuck with a female like that other than a bitch with just some money. Unless you about to fucking, we about to fucking, you about to buy me a lot of shit and then that's it. And at that point, nigga, ain't no bitch fucking with no nigga. Like, any bitch with money's gonna fuck with a nigga with money. If I have money, why the fuck would I fuck with your stupid ass? As long as you're safe, bro, I'm glad. Why wouldn't I be safe? Like I literally don't even know what the fuck. All I know is the place is burning or some shit. I don't like. I didn't even look at the news article or nothing. I seen one picture of the something, and then I didn't look at it because I didn't give a fuck about it because it's not important to me. Anything that's not important, I don't pay attention to. And if I find myself trying to pay attention to something, I just don't. But what makes me not pay attention to something the most is when I hear too many people talk about it. So when I see so many videos on my feed about one topic or one narrative, then that right there automatically like incites something in me, and now I'm on like defense mode. So anybody who talks to me about that, you're gonna get fucking like a spiritual ass kicking and verbally abused by me, and I don't want anybody. That's why I said it. We're not going to be speaking about stupidity on the channel. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about anything that's not important. If it's not important in my life, I don't care about it. So anything on the news that's not important, it's not affecting me, I don't care. Like, I don't understand, like, especially guys watching my videos. I don't know why any you guys take anything. I remember I told you everything on CNN is fake. It's not real. It's bullshit. It's retarded. It's dumb. I don't care. It's not important. Anything that's important, they're not going to put on that platform. So I don't know why people keep entertaining that. But I'm not upset. Like, eventually you guys will learn, though. Eventually you will. I don't even think so, to be honest, because this shit, the way the world's going right now, I'm not saying, like, everybody's going to be doomed. There's going to be a lot of prosperity, abundance, and success with people, but more so there's going to be hell It's just like look at every area of life. Look at slavery, the slave time. There were slaves who were getting beat and they ass whipped on the field, having to eat chitlins and all that shit. And there was niggas who were not slaves. So every society there was people doing good and bad. So what's gonna happen as time goes on? You're gonna see more people doing bad than good because of the lack of shadow work and people wanting to focus on shit that's not important. So this is one of the reasons I'm gonna be. You guys aren't gonna be seeing me on YouTube as much no more. Because I, I like to run my mouth and talk shit. And they say if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So I'm not gonna. And once I start getting a lot more shit moving, I would not be on YouTube. So I'm not gonna be broadcasting my business on this platform because I don't trust it. I don't trust this platform at all, and I'm not even getting any fucking views. Like it is no point really in it because they have the whole shit on lockdown where you have to be appeasing the emotions and the feelings of the people who run the algorithm for them to put you in the algorithm. So in order to be in the algorithm, you have to appease thoughts and emotions. It's all a bunch of childish shit. Like, oh, my feelings hurt. You didn't say the right thing, so we're gonna not put you in the algorithm. It's all based on a grown ass man, grown ass bitch getting her fucking feelings hurt and banning people. Like that's the only reason you will ban somebody's page is your feelings got hurt. Hate speech. Oh, you said something that hurt my motherfucking feelings. Just shut your ass up talking about hate speech, but everyone talking shit about P. Diddy. Like, give it a fucking rest. He's in jail. You still talking about this nigga. Like, didn't that nigga take out a lawsuit? All these motherfucking people and shit that people run their mouth and talk about on the internet. Shit. Like, it's retarded. Like, you got so much hate speech. It could be a situation where, like, I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be a situation that something happened and somebody will talk shit about that celebrity. It's not a problem. Or as an influencer, it's not a problem. But you go and say some real shit, it's a problem. You right, people are still slaves. Issues is people not doing anything, keep working. To be honest, like at this point, I wouldn't blame 100% of everything on the system. The system plays a major role, but you got to also look at it. Existence within itself, I don't want to say existence within itself. This reality, this particular existence we created, this like creation we created within existence, it has a lot of flaws and problems and issues. And once you really start to understand and grasp the fundamental mechanics of the reality, you really understand that like even if the government and the system didn't exist, there'd still be some bullshit. Like just the fact, just think of it like this. Like if I want to build this, I want, let's say I want this building in front of me. I want this building. Somebody has to build the building. If I build it, I have to use my energy. If I want somebody else to build it for me, I have to convince them to build it for me. They're not going to just build it for free. And if they build it, they're going to want to stay in it. So it's like you see what it is. Like there's nowhere if you don't have something to bring to the table in this reality, and somebody else and you guys don't work together, the only way you could make it in this reality is to be like a demon and to be like vampiric and control and manipulate. Otherwise, like that's what I'm saying. It's such a flaw in the reality within itself, the way it's designed. So the system creates. I'll probably like it creates a lot of the problems, but I'm not going to blame everything on the system. A lot of it just has to do with just being a human within this body and having a nervous system and the physics and shit like this. Like I said, like if I want to build this building and I don't know how to build it and I want somebody else to build it for me because I don't want to build it, I have to pay them money or I have to force them violently to do it, or I have to convince them to do it and hope they do it. And if they do it, they're still going to want something of it unless I give them money. And this is probably, I want to say this probably, but this is why you create trade and barter system. Like the whole concept of trade and barter and money is fucking retarded, it's stupid, but it's meant for a reality where you're a human body and you're in this stupid vessel and you got to fucking live like this. So even if the government didn't exist, don't think you're just going to get free shit and everything will be good and shit. You still going to have to be on your path to do what you got to do. And if you don't, like, this shit, like people say, oh, there's an abundance. All these stupid ass crackers. Oh, there's an abundance manifestation. There is no abundance. There is abundance, and at the same time, there's not. Because at the same time, yeah, there's fruit, there's water, and there's abundance. But if you're not, if let's just say there was no government and I had a system and we were just chilling, getting high, smoking, and not doing nothing, and just sitting on the land all day. Eventually, this reality, this atmosphere, or whatever you want to call it, it's gonna be like they're not doing what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna make a drought. I'm gonna make the food not grow no more. So now you're gonna have a problem with starvation and no food growing, but there's not gonna be no government there. You see what I'm saying? The government is just part of the problem. There's other things at play, but you see what I'm saying? So you still gotta be on your shit, regardless of whatever what I'm trying to get you. If you're not on your shit, then this reality is gonna beat you up. So that's why I say like it's really this reality is just trash. To we be honest, and the only reason we do everything is so we don't experience hell. Anybody that tells you otherwise is an idiot. Is oh, I'm trying to evolve my spirit, bitch. You're not trying to experience hell. The fuck is that? I'm trying to grow and learn about so you don't experience hell. If you didn't feel hell and pain and the discomfort of not evolving, then it wouldn't be called not evolving. All of us stems down to not experiencing pain. That's the only reason you do everything, really, is to not experience pain and discomfort, spiritually, physically, mentally. There's no other reason for anything. But I'm done with YouTube. I'm not going to be putting my energy out here as far as me speaking about my business and my life. Um, on what's going on, I'm done with that. I'm gonna just come out here, drop some knowledge, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out. If even that, I probably won't even do that. But I'm done. There's no point of me even being because they just keep attacking my damn channel, and there's no point. It's fucking retarded. I will come on and I'm gonna start talking about health a lot more if I do. It's just to speak about health, and I'm exposing you to health system. But like I said, anybody talking to me about any type of narrative that the government does, if you bring it up on my channel, I will block you. And anytime a narrative happens, let's just say a pandemic happens in April. I'm not. I will. By the time April comes, I'm gonna say, and there's a pandemic news on the internet. I'm gonna tell you guys. Remember what I said. You bring any narratives on my channel, I'm gonna block you, or I'm gonna time you out. I won't bring up the narrative, but I'll tell you, like, because there's gonna be narratives coming this year, especially around the summertime. So when it comes up, and you guys wanna I said I'm gonna block you. We gotta stop. I'm stop. We don't gotta do shit, but I'm gonna stop entertaining it. So anybody else, like I said, I left the warning. Anybody talk to me about these fucking fires, you're gonna get blocked. I don't give a fuck about nothing that is not important. If it's not important to me, you're gonna get blocked. We gotta really switch shit up now. We gotta switch shit up because I'm just sick and tired of this shit. Because this is why I'm done. This is one. That's another reason I'm done with this fucking platform because it's just what's the meaning of all this shit? Like I look at, like I see like my views and say, like even if I had 10,000 views, I still would question it. I'd be like, this shit ain't even real. And even the people that are real, like they're just a bunch of dumbass bots. They're stupid. Shit is crazy. Because at this point, even if I had fucking views, how do you know what's real and what's not real? Like this shit is crazy. Cause they got so many like all this these fake ass pages and shit. Shit's ridiculous. I'm like, and then they have even fake pages trying to follow me. I seen a page with like 6 views, a failed fake page. Like, how you have a fake page and a failed, nigga? I guess you probably the fucking flunky out of all your little fucking butt buddies and shit. All your little agent buddies. He's like the failure one. Fucking 6 subscribers, nigga. You ain't even doing it big like your other agent niggas. Stupid motherfucker. You promoting the same dumbass shit as them, and your shit has 6 subscribers. He's like, do you think there's better realities and realms? Yes and no, not really. Like, yeah, it's just like you said. Like, imagine like you went to like Disneyland. Let's just say you want to go to Disneyland and you've never been to Disneyland, and you went to Disneyland the first time and it was better than you expected. If you go there every single day for 20 years, you're gonna fucking hate it. So look at any reality like that. Every reality, it sucks eventually. So it doesn't matter how good a reality you make, you're gonna look at it like hell. So that's why I said yes and no. Because you look at in your life, there's things that make you think heaven. What do you think heaven is? something, whatever you think it is. You don't have to say, but like you think heaven is that. But that's not heaven. That's just you think it's heaven because you haven't experienced that and you want to experience that. And like it's like I said, eat steak every day for the rest of your life. You're gonna get tired of it. But the first time you ate it, it was delicious. So look at like that with everything. You may say, "Oh, heaven is having a nice car, having all the women, having this and that." But if you're in the reality and that's your experience every single day, you're not going to be looking at it like, "Oh, I got women, I got a car." You're going to be looking at it like you looking at reality right now. It may take it. This could take eternity. This could take thousands of years for you to get to that point where you're just fed up with it. But eventually, your spirit's not going to want to be there at all. And then even if you do like on an ego level, it's gonna play out spiritually where like shit don't work out no more. Like whatever you like doing, it don't bring joy, or you start having thoughts like how you don't want to do it no more. Like that's how it'll play out, and then that will force you to expand and grow and to make a better reality, and then you just do the same shit for eternity. And you're always gonna be in a different, and then it goes on for eternity because there's nothing you can never run out of things really to make and create. So we just been doing that for eternity. So it's like there's nowhere really to run. You just gotta pretty much because you can't run away from nothing. You gotta handle your business and your experiences as they need to be. So, yeah, expose. Yeah, I'm gonna be exposing the health industry a lot. I already exposed that shit. It's not even that deep. We already know, like they already poisoned everything, and we already know about the doctor. It's all bullshit. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you guys things. I already showed you guys Qigong fasting yoga. I'm gonna do another Qigong workout for you guys as well. But health is very simple. Stop consuming, stop eating, yoga, fasting, Qigong. That's it. Nothing else. If you can't do it because it's too hard, you don't have time, then that's on you. As far as diet, God damn it, my phone. As far as diet, as far as all that other stuff, I'm not saying it's bad, but go to somebody else's channel for that. I'm not eating I'm not those type of people who talk about diet. I'm so fucking sick and tired of this fucking shit. Man, this battery's always fucking dying. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. I gotta go find my. Damn. Shit is so goddamn fucking annoying. I'm gonna just use my charger right here. Hold on. Alright, I got my charger. My power band. But yeah, like I said, nigga, we gotta do fasting, yoga, qigong. That's all you need. That's it. All you need. Anybody that says otherwise, they on some bullshit. I'm not saying that's the only way. Like, obviously you can eat, but if you have a fat ass relative or something, they're overweight and morbidly obese, whatever. If they ate fruit and vegetables, they're gonna be good. They're gonna still lose weight and they're gonna get rid of their diabetes. So I'm not saying fruit and vegetables don't work, but when we talk about at the end of the day, if you die from a health issue, you failed at life. I'm not saying you're not supposed to die, but when you're supposed to die in this reality, you're supposed to die through like an accident or the spirit just takes your body out of the experience. So you could be just walking, having a good day, and then you just drop dead. That's how you're supposed to actually die, the most spiritual way. Like people talk about, oh, I'm not. People always say, oh, we're trying to live forever. Like my brother's telling me, you trying to live forever? It's like, nigga, nobody said we're trying to live fucking forever. That's how you guys are so goddamn fucking programmed. Who the fuck said you trying to live for? Taking care of your health has nothing to do with living forever. It's just like somebody saying, oh, you're supposed to die by a gunshot wound. No, if somebody got shot and died, then you're gonna be like, how the fuck you don't want nobody, or you don't think anybody should get shot and die. Same with health. It's not, people think it's normal to fucking die from a health issue. It's not normal. You're supposed to just die the normal way to die, really. Well, anyway, you could die, really, but you can't. I'm gonna give you a possibility. One way that you can die is just by the heart stop beating and the spirit just makes the body just stop working. Nobody speaks. People think you gotta die from a health illness or something because that's what they've seen their whole family and everybody else, which makes sense to believe that. But like, we gotta wake the fuck up because we're in a different time now. Like I said, we're not entertaining any bullshit moving on. We're in a number 9 year. If you niggas don't get it right this year, it's gonna be hell. Well, it's already gonna be hell this year because even if you want to start, even if you're somebody who didn't do shit and you want to get on your shit this year, this is the worst time to pretty much. It's never a bad time to start, but in terms of the energies, this year is the worst time to start anything new. Really, you should be completing. This is a number 9 year, so you should be completing shit. If you starting shit, it's gonna be, and Saturn's in Aries, it's gonna be a very slow. You still get there, but it's gonna be very slow, tedious, and you're probably not gonna have no patience because Saturn in Aries makes you impatient. A lot of people, they're gonna be feeling really impatient coming to the middle of the year because they're gonna be feeling this energy, like this number 9 energy. Like I should have done something. I should have done something, but they didn't know. They didn't do anything because they didn't. They just didn't do shit. So everyone's gonna be trying to rush everything, and it's not gonna work. You already see it right now. You don't see nobody talk about no manifestation. Remember everyone, oh, manifest this. You can manifest a car. You don't see nobody really speaking about that shit because they know that shit don't work like they say it works. Manifestation don't work like they say it works. So that's why a lot of people are going back to Jesus because they realize that all the people that went back to Jesus were the same niggas that thought they could manifest a Lamborghini, the fucking sports car, some dumb shit, just by lighting a candle and saying that they worship Oshun. And then that didn't work. So they got to go back. You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta see what's going on here. Just like I said, be careful what you're saying on the internet because we got people that try to play God and shit. Tell me why I started my I don't know if this was whatever, but all I know is I started my yoga journey. Or not yoga, my Qigong journey on July 3rd of this year, of last year. And tell me why, like January 3rd, I went to go live stream. There's this one dude, he does Qigong sessions, and sometimes I join his live stream and do his live stream. Tell me why the live stream wasn't working. I thought his internet was down, but everybody was commenting. I couldn't comment. I'm like, why is this happening exactly the 6th day that I'm doing Qigong? I look on this nigga shit all the time. There's never been a problem. And so, like I told you guys, don't be telling your business on here dates and time because you may see something play out. Like, for example, like DJ Academic, he's a Taurus and they know everything about him. When Scorpio season comes around, they may do something. That's why when Scorpio season came, I think there was that something came out about him. It was like a fucking a scandal. I think the rape scandal with that bitch. It was something around. No, it was something else. It was something else. But you can tell shit happens like around the date and times. And it was like there was a full moon in Taurus. There was some type of alignment that matched his shit. And it's funny how it happened on that date, and then you got dumbass astrologists. Oh, you see, the Civil War happened. Oh, you see, this happened, nigga. Anybody that's talking to me, anybody that wants to talk about synchronicities, specifically in my life, and you want to say that has to do with astrology or spirituality, I'm going to knock you in the fucking face. If you're not living my life, you can't talk about no synchronicity or astrology. I can determine that shit. A lot of the synchronicities you guys see on the internet, the TV, and all that shit, all fake. They're trying to create a fake synchronistic world on the internet. So now you may be saying, oh, I'm thinking of 7-Eleven. And then I see 7-Eleven, or I was talking about, they're trying to create like a fake and do it with technology. So you start seeing all this fake ass shit. And especially when they get the virtual reality, they'll be able to do it more because you're going to be in that virtual world. So they'll be able to do it, the synchronicity shit more. And if you're a dumb fuck, you're going to think that, oh, it's synchronized with me. This is coincidence. No, shut the fuck up. That's why I say don't be speaking your business and shit to people. You can even do that shit on people in real life. Let's just say you have a nigga, he has an Aries sun. Or he has a fucking Capricorn moon or whatever. All you got to do is like when it's an Aries moon or Cancer sun or just something that in conjuncts or squares or is not in his favor, then that's be the day you go and start some bullshit. So now you get the most of that energy. So they try to do that same type of energy. Like I see that shit from a mile away. So I don't even entertain it. And since I am aware and I think of it on my mind, the energy doesn't work. It doesn't work that good with me. Because I'm always hyper aware. And when you're aware of something, the energy doesn't work. It's like if you like they tell you when you do a ritual to do the ritual and forget about it, don't think about it, because you're putting too much thoughts and feelings into it, and that's physical, and you got to slow it down. So it's the same thing, just when you're aware of their bullshit, just start thinking about it a lot, and it's not going to work, because you see what I'm saying, like it won't work. Just like be aware of it. Even any other program, just be aware of the program. So once you like have that hyper vigilant, then you're able to see the flaws of like whatever's going on, of like all the narrative. You can see the flaws and how they fucked up. Because at this point, it's not even about being perfect. It's like it's mainly just people are very stupid. Because so many, this is why they have to keep so many people in a traumatic state. Because when you're in a traumatic state, you can't think clearly. You start getting into these fucking MGTOW chastity belt vows that these niggas is making, I guess, against bitches. Weird ass niggas. So like they start, because they have all this trauma. So that's what they don't know themselves. So then it keeps people not aware of self, aware of other things, and it keeps the corporations rich. Because now if you're depressed bum ass cracker that's fat as fuck and is pale skinned fucking piece of shit, probably likes fucking little girls and shit, like a typical middle-aged white man cracker does, then at that point video games won't be successful. Because in order for a grown-ass man to sit on his ass and play more than like just to play video games as a grown-ass man where you could be doing other things, you have to have a level of depression, stupidity, ignorance, and retardation about your reality. So they need dumb people, otherwise Rockstar Games won't be making what they say about $3 billion from Grand Theft Auto. That's how much they think they're supposed to make from it, like the first day or some shit. So nobody will go and buy that stupid shit. So they need people to be dumb. They spent how much money they spent making Grand Theft Auto 6. Imagine if people became aware. It's like, I'm not playing this weak ass stupid shit. Imagine that shit. Then they all that money they lost. So they need people to be dumb so then they can eventually buy these products. Because most of these products these corporations make, they're not even good products. They're all based upon somebody's miserable and they need a desire met. So they're banking on you being miserable. That's why when you go into the breatharian community and you see people who are of that, who are living in what they call off prana and chi, I've noticed like all of them that I've seen, at least that I've seen. Maybe there's some that I haven't seen, but all of them I've seen, they're very minimalistic and they're more happier. They're more at peace than anybody I've ever seen in my life. I don't give a fuck how spiritual you say. I'm not saying these people are smart esoterically, but as far as mental peace, I've never seen somebody more at mental peace in a human body other than somebody who's like on a breatharian path. And that's not to say everything they're doing is right. I'm just saying from that perspective, which makes sense because when you don't have food in the digestive system, then you're able to have more mental activity and other things are going on. So it's a reason for that. I'm not just saying it. They're just like, oh, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying it because it's a fact. You can actually see evidence of it, and it's a reason. They're taking care of their health, their body, qigong, all of that. Even mentally, how I feel compared to how I feel 6 months ago, it's a lot better, a lot more clear. So please, as I'm saying, like they need you to be dependent on this whole shit. That's why the best thing to do, like, is to not consume, because as time goes on, they're just gonna make things worse. They're trying to make it where it's illegal for people like me to speak how I like. They don't like me speaking how I speak. Pretty much, so I say, like, nigga, you might as well just get off YouTube now, because they're gonna pretty much shut this shit down. Where if you use a swear word, you're gonna get blocked. I wouldn't be surprised, because they're trying to create situations where they're trying to get people like me off the internet and not be on it no more and shit, where like make it illegal to say certain shit. So they already doing it in the fucking UK. So what I'm telling you is, like, don't even put your energy into this. The best thing you should do is learn how to not consume as much as possible. That's the most important thing. All you stupid niggas talk about, oh, money, it's about money, it's about money. Anybody that's telling you it's about money and they don't at least got $500,000, or they're not at least in a situation where they can not work for like 3 years and not pay bills, tell them to shut the fuck up. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because if they did know, then why don't they go and have the money? There's always a person who doesn't have no money that's talking about some fucking money. So you got to understand, like, what's going on here. Shit is crazy. That's why I don't trust any of these motherfuckers running their goddamn mouth. like I said, if you're a negative person, you got to stay away from me. If you talk about bills, if you talk about money from a perspective of lack, you got to stay away from me. I'm not saying I'm rich and I have money, but because everyone for some reason thinks abundance and being rich only is exclusive to having a lot. Abundance and being rich is not just having a lot. It's needing very little. If you see how much a bird eats little speck at a time, and they can eat a little crumb and they're good. So if I gave a loaf of bread to a bird, that's abundance. That bird has food for days. But if I gave that loaf of bread to a fat ass housewife, that bitch, that's a few slices of bread. That bitch is gonna eat that shit and gobble it down and then need some more. And be at the grocery store complaining how milk and eggs and all this shit that it takes to make bread, and bread costs hella more money. So abundance is a mentality thing. You need very little. Like I need very little consumption, not just with food, with anything. So when you need very little, eventually get to the point where you don't need, that's the most important thing right now. And anyone who wants to say, oh no, it's about this, it's about that. Then shut the fuck up, nigga. If that's the case, then why don't you have that? You're not going to tell me it's about money and you don't even have $1 million in your bank account. And I'm not saying like everyone should, because fuck $1 million. It's not important. But if you're talking about money like it's important, then how are you going to be like, it's about money, but you don't have $1 million. But then say, oh, I don't need $1 million. But you just talk about money. How are you going to sit there and talk like, that's how stupid people are. Like, it's hard to make $1 million. Like, if you're in the system and you're for that, it shouldn't be hard to make it. For it to be hard for you to make it means that you don't fuck with the system. You don't vibe with it. Because if you have a business, you're doing that. You should be able to make that money. It's not like it's rocket science. When you go out and you see these financial gurus and these people who make money, look at how they act. Look at how they talk. Look at how they walk. Compare to people who complain about at Walmart and who work at these bum ass jobs who got a 9 to 5 and they complain. Look how they walk. Look how they talk. Two different type of people. Even though they're both bots, two different type of people. Always keep that in mind. So this is why when I see a motherfucker and I look at their situation, at this point, every person you meet, look at their situation. Look at what's their knowledge. Look at everything about them. If they're not where you want to be, nigga, fuck them. They're not giving you no knowledge, wisdom, fuck them. Because this is a time where it's best to judge a book by its cover. They say don't judge a book by its cover. You can judge a book by its cover these times because most people, they're the same book. So it's not, if you see patterns in somebody and it always plays out the same way, it is safe to say you could judge a book by its cover. Especially we're in a mentally ill time right now with so much social media and so much just mental illness. You can judge a book by its cover. That's why the moment I see somebody, if I see a motherfucker, right, and first of all, if you have children, if you work a 9 to 5, I can't. I'm already looking at you like you're not my type of person. Stay far away from me. I can't deal with you because you're gonna fuck up my reality. Because if you're working at 9, and I'm not talking bad to anyone who's working, but this is some truth. It's some truth. If it's 2025 and you still have to work a 9 to 5, there's something that you didn't do that you could have done years prior to get yourself in a position where you didn't need to do that. Yeah, you can say we all got to do it. We all got to work 9 to 5. But yeah, it's 2025. I've been hearing that since 2019, 2020. What we got to do, what we got to do. Well, if you've been saying that since 2021 and it's 4 years later, then we're not at that point where you could do what you want to do. We're at a point where, nigga, you fucked up and you have to do this because you lack of decisions that you wanted to, you didn't take initiative on. So that's really what's going on. It's 2025, year 9. So all your plans and everything you wanted to do, just think of all the plans and things you wanted to do like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. If you were on that shit, it should be completed this year because it's a year 9. If you were on it consistently year over year, like you were supposed to, it would have been even if you kind of took a break and you missed to say you missed a year or you missed a year and a half and but you were on it for like 2 years straight, but you missed a year and then you kind of dabbled, you still will be seeing the culmination of it. depending on how much, because it's a year 9. Probably take you to year 1 or 2 for you to complete it, but you'll see it. If you're seeing no accumulation of nothing, then that means you straight up didn't do shit, and you're gonna have to do a lot of fucking work, makeup work, to get that right. You can still get there. Don't feel discouraged or nothing, but it's gonna take more time. Yeah, you speak and break it down in the way what I'm feeling. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just cause yeah, I just break it down. This is how I do it. Yeah, cause fucking you have to be able to break it down really simple. Anybody who can't break something down simple for everyone to explain it, they don't know what they're talking about. I hate when I go to these astrologers channels, these spiritual people, and they just speak in all this, not even deep, just extra jargon, this extra bullshit. There's nothing wrong with being deep, but when you're just talking about a whole bunch of nothing, that's like most of these astrologers and these stupid ass spiritualists out here. The spiritual community is literally dead right now. The spiritual community is a joke. I went on that nigga Black. Every time I go on Black Magic channel, I be going because I used to watch that nigga's channel years ago, and it baffles me to this day how like I was able to watch that nigga's channel. Like I don't get it. I don't know. Like I'd be thinking like maybe he was talking about something different back in the day, and now he just sort of changed his topic. But I'm like, no, that's not it. I don't know what I went on that nigga's channel and like they just talking about the most dumbest shit. Like I literally think that nigga gets paid by federal agents to talk about certain stuff. Like you can't be that stupid. You have to be either really retarded or a federal agent is making you do it for money. Which that's still retarded, but it's not as retarded as you fucking just thinking it. Actually, no, probably you. That's probably more retarded because you know what you're doing. But they're both retarded, but in its own fucking way. That's both stupid shit to do. Ain't no one worse or better. Ain't nothing worse or better, but there has to be. Like I'm tired of seeing these. Like it's shit is so annoying, man. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy how we. This is why. Like this is why I say that there's really Well, I don't even want to get to that point. How come people don't think like you or have awareness like you? I wish more people. Okay, they got a weak ass spirit. That's it. They got a weak ass spirit. And I'm not saying they can't get to where I'm at. Anybody can get to where anyone's at, but well, not really. But at the same time, people can develop their spirit. But at the same time, it may take like 10,000 lifetimes just to get to where I'm at, and you have to go through that. And by the time you go through that, nigga, I'll be still ahead of you. So it just depends on the spirit and the experiences. A lot of people don't have like they can't do it. It's just like a dog. A dog can't do human things. A dog can't like write a symphony and play it on YouTube and go viral. A dog can't do that because it doesn't have the brain power, the mechanism. So look at that from a human being, human to human version. There's humans who don't have the power and the mechanism to go deep like me. If you don't believe me, go to like a person. Go to like the average person. You got to go to a certain type of person, like those fat ass blue collar niggas who work in construction, or like somebody who works like as a firefighter, or like those very programmed people. When you talk to them and you say something deep, their brain just freezes. Like I remember I was talking to this nigga, and when you talk to him, you think he has common sense. Like yeah, he's like a grown ass adult. He looks like he can handle his bills, handle his business, and you think he's normal. But then when you say certain deep esoteric shit, and I'm not talking about just spirituality, but some deep esoteric shit that has to do with spirituality and the physical, and on some deep mental level, and just then they'll like look at you, and then they'll change the subject without even knowing it. And at first I used to be kind of disrespected, like what the fuck, nigga, just change the subject. These people, they don't know it because they're so dumb. Like if you gave a dog a fucking a video game controller, it's not gonna know how to play it. It's just gonna start trying to lick you in the face. Same with these bots. You give them any deep information, they're gonna just switch up the subject. This is why when you talk to somebody deep, they switch it up, and you may get offended. Sometimes you can't get offended. They don't know what they're doing. It's subconscious because their brain can't process that deep level. So they take their brain. does what it can do within that situation, which is change the subject. So you gotta always, so you gotta, like, sometimes you can't be too hard on people because they just can't, don't have it. Just like a dog doesn't have the part of the brain for him to talk, a human doesn't have the part of the brain. Most humans don't have the part of the brain for them to comprehend. To comprehend, to feel certain levels of pleasure, happiness, it takes certain levels of activation in the brain and the mind and shit. And some of these bots, they don't have that. That's why they're just so numb. They're stupid. They change the subject all the time. They can't even experience as much happiness as you. Like when you are an enlightened spiritual being, you can feel more bliss and happiness than these niggas. That's why when you're happier, you have more to say, you have more to do because your mind's more clear, your mind's more free. They don't have nothing to say. They're so depressed. They're always like normal and weird. Yeah, a lot of people are retarded in this world. I'm the smartest person in this world. It's funny how when you say that, people get offended. One thing I've noticed about these bots is if you ever go to somebody who's insecure, like one of these Gen Zs or somebody who's insecure, and you start being expressive and free and be like, I'm the smartest person in the world, that really upsets them because anybody who doesn't have any love for themselves, when they see you projecting it, they're like, who do you think you are? Like you should have, you, especially if they don't like you, like they're like, who do you think you are? And they get like, I feel like I'm better than you, and I'm still an insecure fuck. How are you able to not? That's how they think. That's why you. That's another reason I don't be around people because I'm too expressive. I can't be around people in a whole because like if you're too expressive, people for some reason take that as disrespect, especially the younger generation. Like when it's the OGs, the boomers, I could be myself. They'll laugh. They'll be just whatever. Obviously, they're like they may not grasp certain things, but as far as me being expressive, you could do it around a boomer. A boomer will laugh. They'll be expressive too. Go around a Gen Z, an insecure Gen Z, or somebody who's like around that age, probably a little older, probably even millennials to some extent, and try being yourself. Try being expressive. I'm not saying be disrespectful, but just be more loud and outspoken and be assured of yourself. I know this and I know that. That offends a lot of people. They're like, how do you know this? You're not no scientist. You're not no doctor. You know how many people say, "Oh, you're not a doctor"? I remember I told a motherfucker about yoga qigong. First thing a bitch ass nigga says is, "Where's the studies for that? Did the doctor say that?" Like that's not even in my mind. Like nigga, fuck a doctor. If a doctor said yoga and qigong helps, I probably would think it didn't help, and I would have to do more research to make sure it does help. Like I don't want a doctor to give me any advice because I'm gonna go the opposite way. Didn't you guys experience a pandemic? The fuck? If you trust doctors after that, you're an idiot. But shit, kind of lost my train of thought there. Yeah, but most people they don't think like me because most people they just don't have it in. And I don't know. I didn't always use. At one point, I didn't used to think like this. It's probably back in 2008, 2009. I remember I fucking woke up one morning and I don't know what the fuck happened. Just something happened. Something happened, and I just had an awareness of something. Like I woke up from a dream and I just felt heightened. Because I remember after that happened, this was like back in 2008, 2009. After that happened, people around me kept telling me how deep I was. Like, how are you so deep? And how do you know this? And you didn't do, have you done that? And I'll confirm shit. And it just, I remember I woke up from this dream and then I just had a lot of clarity. But before that, I didn't have clarity. Like, it was hard. So I understand, like, a lot of you niggas don't understand. You have to tap on that switch. Tap that switch on. Whatever it is, meditation, Qigong, you can tap it on, and when you tap it on, it gives you an enlightenment. You're able to comprehend more, and then you remember a lot of stuff from your previous experiences as a spirit. I wouldn't even say a past life. I would just say a previous experience because it's all one experience. And so you start remembering stuff from a previous experience, and then you have knowledge about shit. And you're able to, not that you just have knowledge about shit, you're able to comprehend more. So if something happens to you in front of you, like let's just say if I'm right here and a person came up to me and was trying to manipulate me, I don't know what he's gonna do to manipulate me, but once he comes up into my see my field of view and he starts interacting with me, my mind is so programmed to always find the right answer, so I can just look at it and I'll be able to see. Like sometimes I be teaching myself. Like I'll be aware of some shit, and then when I see, this is why I love learning from experience, because I teach myself, because something will happen in front of me and then it'll give me a like I'll like know a whole bunch of shit off that situation, that like you guys watch a YouTube video and you guys get knowledge. For me, it's like I live real life. That's another reason like I'm able so deep, because I'm very observant of my real life. Like I look at life like a book. Every single person in my life, I always like look at them. If I know the astrology, and like I always like analyze everything in my reality, because that's how you get the knowledge. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, but everything happens for a reason. Yeah, and if you guys can spread the channel or spread the I want to share this video, or because I want this channel to get out there, because my other channel got banned, and they banned it. I think it's banned for 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm not even the one. Once that channel gets online, I'm not even gonna upload as much anymore. Like this is probably the last video I'm gonna upload for a while. Like I'm gonna upload. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging, but I'm probably not gonna upload for a while. And when I do upload, I'm gonna upload sparingly. Yeah, because one thing about it is, as I get older, or as the time goes on, I'm evolving, because I'm always evolving. So there's a lot of things I was doing on this channel that I don't agree with now. So I'm realizing like I'm just gonna take a break from this channel, and I don't want to like put my energy out here, and months down the line I'm looking back like I wish I did, because it's like one thing about the spiritual journey is you're always becoming more aware of self. So a lot of things you're doing now you probably wouldn't do before, and that's how it was. So I'm like, let me just take a break from this channel, and once I start getting shit moving, you guys aren't gonna see me on this channel as much anymore. Yeah, I'm not gonna. You're not gonna see me on this channel, especially when I start getting my shit rolling. I'm not putting nothing on this channel. I don't trust YouTube at all. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but I just feel very fortunate. I feel sorry for a lot of people. Well, I don't feel sorry, but I pity a lot of people that they're not on this breatharian path. They have kids and they just so dependent on consumption, because the government and the system, they're just gonna make shit worse. So the more so I say the best remedy and solution is to consume less or nothing at all. Try to work on being breatharianism, because breatharianism is the end goal, but try to work on consuming less, eat less. When I say eat less, I'm not saying 1 meal a day. I'm saying like eat like a couple bites, and then that'd be the whole meal until the end of the day, and then eat another small meal. Like eat shit. Like don't you reach out, and then don't. It's not about just starving yourself. It's all about the meditation and the energy work. So if you ain't doing qigong energy work, how the fuck do you think you're gonna be breatharian and eat and all that if you're not doing no energy work? If you're not doing qigong, if you're not doing yoga, there's no way in hell you can be a breatharian or even be somebody who eats very little. The reason I eat very little and I am breatharian, I want you guys to see me when I do. The reason why I eat very little and I'm breatharian, the reason why is because I do a lot of meditations, or qigong. I don't want to even call it meditation. Qigong, oh, it is meditation. Qigong meditation and yoga. Not just one yoga and the Qigong. You guys probably forgot. I told you I've been doing yoga since February 2021. So I'm still doing it every day, 2 times. Well, sometimes I do 1 time a day, because when I'm doing Qigong and I do my neck, the little neck rotations and shit in the beginning, I count that as my yoga. So I'll do yoga in the morning, and then Cause that neck rotation by itself can align your neck hella good, better than I expected. So if you guys want to align your neck, you guys seen that one that you stretch out the neck, you can actually do the one just twist your neck around. This any type of organ or joint you have, just twist it like this. You could twist it, your ankles, twist it, do clockwise, do it like I don't know how many, just do it until you feel like you don't need to do it no more. Like it gets kind of like tiring. Opposite side, just keep doing that. You loosen up the joints. You got to be on it like every day. I know it's like you guys are busy. It may be hard. That's why I've always been so grateful and fortunate for the type of person I am. Like I'm the type of person where I'll just go and quit a 9 to 5 if it's too hectic for me. If I'm in a this is why I can't be in a relationship with a female. I was just watching Speak Your Mind's channel. Shout out to my nigga Speak Your Mind. This is hella weird. It's fun. It's weird that Cassandra, she just came on here. Tell me why, like 2 days, look, 2 minutes, like a few minutes ago, I was in my mind. I was just thinking like, where is that Cassandra? I haven't seen her in a minute. And it's funny how, like, so I'm saying, I'm tapped into this shit because I would just think I put this on everything. I was just thinking like, oh, I haven't seen Cassandra for a minute. The girl from the Philippines. I would just send the other live streams. I wasn't thinking that, but right now, and it's funny how she just came in a live stream. But shout out to Cassandra. You said you bought Echinacea before. Did you get the capsules? Yes, I got the capsules. If you can, I'll probably get the powders because the powders and put it in some water or make a tea. Get like the real powder from Amazon and make a tea, and that's gonna probably be more potent. Don't go if you just go to the regular store and get the little cheap shit at the grocery store. It's not gonna probably work as good. I'll get the real powder from Amazon, and it might be more expensive. Like in this system, when you want to get a product, you're gonna have to spend the most money or spend a lot of money. So if they have Echinacea for $5, $10, don't get that one. If they have Echinacea for like 30, $40, get that one because then you're not wasting your money because there's a reason why it's cheap. When something's cheap, that means there's a lot of filler, there's a lot of crap in it, and it's not gonna work. And even if it does work, it's gonna probably fuck your health up. But yeah, that's why I said I can't ever really like speak your mind. Like he was all talking about he was in a relationship and how like his problems in a relationship and all that. And in my mind, I'm like, that's exactly why I never want to be in no fucking relationship. That's exactly why. Is because if it's not perfect for me and if there's arguing or anything, then I can't be in it. I would just leave the relationship. I'm not gonna work it out. I'm not gonna sit there and no, it's everything's supposed to be. And I'm not saying I'm an asshole. Like I'm a person who's always laughing, giddy. We're always gonna be in a good mood. But if you start an argument, then I'm gonna be out. Like if it's not like a 99.9% of the time positive vibes and we're agreeing with each other, then it's a problem. And if I can't find nobody like that, I won't ever just date. I'll just be by myself. Yeah, that's just how it is. And it's not even just relationship. That's just with people in general. Like I'm gonna make my channel and do my thing. So I shout out to Jackie New and everybody. I remember Jackie New said she wanted me to sign up for like somebody else's platform to be a teacher on there. And no disrespect to the dude's platform or nothing. He's doing his thing, but like who the fuck do somebody like me joining somebody's platform? That's some disrespect and an embarrassment to me that I'm joining like I'm with my mind, I'm joining somebody's group. I will be alone by myself before I join another grown man's group. And I'm not disrespecting their group like it's not good because I want to have my own group. And if anything, if I have my own group, I'm gonna merge with their group. So we can build something bigger and better if they're doing something that's in accordance to what I'm doing. So I don't have a problem with that at all. It's just I'm not gonna be building no mother. I ain't joining no niggas group unless I have at least I have a say in it or I'm running it. Otherwise, I'm gonna make my own group, or I'm gonna just be by myself and not have no group. I don't give a fuck unless you pay me money to be in that group. I'm too smart and intelligent to be in another. And then the people's groups that I don't. I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't want people to think I'm disrespecting it. I'm not trying to disrespect it. People get so sensitive on here, like even though you don't mean something, somebody will take it the wrong way. And I'm not trying to be, but I just got to be in my own shit. But yeah, shout out to Cassandra. Yeah, I took the capsules, but no, I took the tea actually. But if I was you, I wouldn't even take the capsules. I wouldn't even take the capsules. Give me a minute, guys. All right, I'm back. Yeah, yeah. But if you guys can share this channel, let everyone know this is my well, because they banned me. So like, if you can, just share this shit. And yeah, I'm gonna have to just. I'm done. I'm done. This will be my last video for a while. Um, yeah. As far as right now, maybe it might switch, but at least for right now, because I really don't like this YouTube shit. Like, I hate what it just because YouTube could be so good. This platform could be so good. Like, I was just watching a video on YouTube, and this nigga's talking about how to how to get big in the algorithm, and the way he's talking about it, I'm in my mind, I'm like, nigga, shut your stupid dumbass up. Like, if it has to be that rocket science to go viral, like, how about like, how do you have a whole course on how to get in the algorithm and go viral? How about just make good fucking content and let the people choose the content? That's how it should be. Once it starts having that rocket some what they call it, rocket science energy just to get viral, like try to make the shit complex, then that's when I'm like, okay, this is a problem. Like, why the fuck do you talk about like it's just ridiculous, man. Like, it should be you make good content and that's it. But if that was the case, every like half the people you see that are viral and big would not even be big because they're not shit. It's all based on a narrative, and it's like it's getting so evident now. And the reason they're able to keep it up because now they have people talk about aliens and Trump getting shot and P Diddy and like all this other dumbass shit, and then that's how they're able to keep people believing it. It's not like because if they had people talking and acting like the motherfuckers on CNN, nobody would be believing it. So they have to have people who like DJ Academics and people like that like convince the people. But that shit's gonna get played out eventually. Shit's crazy. But it don't matter though, because this hell we got a health epidemic right now. That's what I'm actually that's what I'm gonna be speaking on the next live stream. I'm gonna be speaking about health epidemic and how we have a health epidemic, and um a lot of people are gonna be getting up out of here because of certain diseases because of the shit people are eating. And then I wouldn't be surprised if they say that there's another virus or whatever, and then once people act, because there's gonna probably be a time when people start going down because of all this shit, and then they'll just say it's a whatever, or they'll say it's the shot or whatever. But I'm gonna be exposing to health because everything is poison in the grocery store. Everything, water is poison, fruit is poison. Um, there's nothing that's not, and there's two different levels of poison. There's poison as in there's food, as in they put poison in the food like GMO and all that shit, and it's poison as in just simply eating. So even if you eat the most healthiest food, that's still poison in the body. But both ways it's poison. So even the water they taint it. Spring water, alkaline water, all that water, and then they put it in the plastic. Even if it says BPA free, it still has something in it. It's still plastic. If you burn a BPA free plastic, is it gonna still show smoke and chemical? Are you gonna want to breathe that in because there's no BPA in it? No, it's still plastic. So it's still always understand. They're always poisoning you. Doesn't matter. Always poisoning you. And then what else is there? Like, there's nothing. Even the clothes you wear. Like, if you get like some Nikes, or like a T-shirt or some shoes, they got chemicals in the shoes and it goes through the skin. Like it's so much stuff that and there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. Like if you're fasting and you're cleansing the body, then it's good. But if you're not, then it just accumulates. That's the thing. You're not cleansing and fasting, it's a problem. So I'm not saying like, oh, we should stop. Where should just you got to be cleansing. Yeah, everything though. Even when they have air conditioners, I even think they put chemicals in that to make the air conditioner like shoot fumes and kind of like it's that deep. And I talked about the weed. I had smoked some shit, but when I the weed that I had smoked when I had smoked the other day was like some expensive top shelf shit, and it didn't have that THCA shit in it because like the THCA you can smell it. So if you do smoke, you're gonna have to, and it doesn't even matter the price because even there's expensive shit with that THCA. So this is not even a price thing. It just they're just growing it. Because at first I thought THCA is cheaper, but no, it isn't. This is some are cheap, some are expensive, just like the other shit. But I would advise no one to ever smoke that shit. I smoke when I did smoke it. It was a few days ago, and I did. What did I do? I didn't do the THCA. I spent extra money and fucking got the shit that wasn't like the real shit that was grown like. And even then, but shout out to everyone in the room who came. There's not that many people in here because this channel is kind of new. Yeah, they blocked my other channel, fucking bitch ass nigga. Whatever. I'm just gonna tone it down though on the disrespect, because obviously people are they getting their feelings hurt, and I'm just gonna just not even be on this shit no more. Done. Eventually, years down the line, I'm getting. Hopefully, I can get to a point where I don't even need to. I can literally just stare at a wall all day and be sustained. I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna do all day, but if I have to, I can just stare at a wall and not do shit and not need. Like that's the point I'm trying to get myself years and years down the line. Probably even sooner than later. So I don't need shit. That's what you guys want to get to, not needing anything. Do qigong every day, fast regularly, do yoga, have into your intentions. Even ask the spirit, I want to not need. And then it will help you. Not everyone, but if you watching my channel and you resonate and you know who you really resonate, you understand what I'm saying, you're not like, oh no, troll, then you know, because this qigong and shit don't work for everyone. This is why I remember this one, my neighbor, Filipino dude. He's all like, he was all like, I used to do qigong. I'm like, do you do tai chi? I'm about to go, guys. I'm tired of talking. He's like, do you do tai chi? After I asked him, and he's like, have you done it before? Because he seen me doing it in my front yard. And then I was like, have you done it before? And he was like, I used to do it, but it just didn't work. Or like it pretty much it didn't work for him. So this shit don't work for everyone. And when I did it back in 2021, I didn't feel shit. So you have to be at a certain level of awareness and not have trauma. You have to release a certain level of trauma to really, because if you have too much trauma and blockages in the body, then you won't feel it because you're so much thinking about that shit. So you have to really get your mind on a certain relaxation level for the energy to flow. And some people, they say it takes years for them to develop that. They have a whole class within qigong that talks to you on how to develop they call it dantian, because you got to activate it. When you activate it, then you're able to start filling it up. So you have to activate it. And so if it's not activated, if you do the qigong with me, you're not going to feel it. It's just going to feel like you're just moving your hands. When you activate it, you feel relaxed. So that's what you're trying to get to. Some people can't do that. So always keep that in mind. Some people, it takes years. They have a whole course in qigong in the school of these people teaching people how to open it and how to feel the energy. I didn't have to do all that shit. I was doing yoga. Yoga would help me, I think, get past that block. Because the yoga, it releases the blockages and the energy, so you can go, everything can just flow. But not everybody can do this. And when it comes to health, not everybody can. Like a lot of these people up here in these shitty positions, and they have a lot of karma. They can't get their health right. And even if they do get it right, they got to, something else is gonna happen to them, and it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter because this is a spiritual thing. It's just like you saying, it's like the bank says you need money. The government says you need money to pay rent. But then you go and steal somebody's money, and then you say, "Well, I got money." You're still gonna get arrested. But I got money, like you said. But the way you got it. So just because you take care of your health doesn't mean it's gonna be good. Like the way you did it and the circumstances surrounding you doing it, it's not gonna work for you. That's why some of these niggas, their health is like, how you think these niggas have billions of dollars and they have all these fucking prostate cancer and shit? They can't heal. They have, because they stuck in their desires and shit. A lot of them, they have, because they have a lot of money and shit. So they have a lot of addictions and they always need to be consuming something. Because if you're somebody with like a lot of resource, you have infinite resource, you could do whatever. So they can't, it's hard for them to go on a fast. They can't go on a fast because they always need to eat because it's always there around them. The food's there. They can't. So even if they wanted to get healthy, they can't. And even if they were, something else will happen to them. Like they probably get in a car wreck or something because it's there. If you're supposed to be a piece of shit, you're supposed to be a piece of shit. You're not running away from your punishment. If you came down here with the retarded ass genetic and you have a fucked up ass body, then that's your shit. You have to deal with it, especially if it's due to you being an evil piece of shit and an ugly ass spirit. You can't fix an ugly spirit with just qigong and shit. It gets deeper than that. If you have an ugly spirit, it's just like somebody fixing an ugly ass bitch with some fucking makeup. Like, bitch, the makeup artist can't fucking repair your ugly busted ass. You need to actually probably have another reality and probably not do something fucked up in this life to manifest an ugly ass face in the next life, you fat ass bitch. That's what you have to do. So that's what they have to do. So this health, don't think it's just health is for everyone, and that's not what it is. Some people can't be healthy, and they're supposed to be unhealthy because that's their punishment, and that's a good thing because they need to be punished. Just like if somebody went and slapped you across the face, you're gonna want to slap them back. You want something to happen to them. You just slap me. So yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this video, guys, and I'll be back later. Peace.